Hi guys, welcome to Interior Insights. I'm Jane and we are standing in an old warehouse that has been transformed into a gigantic, incredible, vibrant loft. If you like eclectic and bold interior design, this video is for you. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. Come in. As we come in, you can see that this space has been transformed into a bold, colorful, eclectic, and vibrant space. Before the owner decided to transform this apartment into a loft, the building was formerly a warehouse, and the outside is very characteristic for the buildings that we have in Hamburg. And you just have these beautiful old brick buildings with a lot of history and with a lot of charisma to them. As soon as we entered this apartment, we are just transported in a completely different world. You can see that we have one gigantic space. The loft itself has 2 bedrooms, but as we come in, we just have one big expansive space. And you can see that it's a perfect place to host a party, have some guests come over. Over here, we are already in the entryway area, and here we have the first little sofa situation. You can see that over here we already have a little seating area that was really used throughout the entire loft, is to just go bold with color, and you just have all of these different bold colors paired with each other. For example, over here we just have this vibrant picture of a parrot, and it's really just the color that transports the emotion and creates the magic in the space. Another great thing that was used in the space is the fact that we have a lot of sources of light and we have a lot of different lamps. Also the wall behind me, we have 2 sconces that frame the painting. You are greeted by this gigantic column, and this actually is quite an unlucky situation as soon as you enter an apartment and are just greeted by this gigantic square column that you don't want to see. But the designer decided to turn this into focal point. By adding the pink typography, you are welcomed into the space. It's an element of surprise, and it just really turns an unlucky situation into a thoughtfully curated one. Throughout the loft, you can see that the owners had a lot of fun when designing it. Nothing is too conventional, nothing is not allowed. One of my favorite things about interior design is the fact that it's a never-ending journey of learning and just developing yourself and learning new skills. And that's why I'm so excited to partner with Craftsy, the sponsor of today's video. Whether it's perfecting your own color palette or just adding something new to your home, there's always something to explore and to improve. Craftsy is an amazing online community where makers and creative people come to learn and grow. With over 2,000 classes and categories like sewing, knitting, quilting, or even woodworking, there's really something for everybody. Lately, I've been really enjoying their interior design courses like designing modern kilts and really learning all about creating interesting compositions for sofa kilts or just creating your own proper designs. And if you're into textiles, their sewing and quilting classes are a great way to add a personal touch to your design. What I love most about their classes is the fact that they are all hosted by experts who break down the design process step by step so that it's really easy to follow. The first 1,000 of you who click the link in the description get a whole year of premium Craftsy for only $1.49. Valid for new members only. We are entering the dining room table, and you can see that we have a dining room table that is around 5 meters long. And it was also custom made. You can see that the top of the dining room table is literally just a big beam of wood. And we have all of these different colorful chairs standing around, and you can see that the theme that was chosen here is really just to have as much fun as possible and to just create a really playful design. On top of the table, we have the head of a hippo standing. That is also a flower pot, and this is just again a really fun and humorous detail. As for the chairs, a lot of them are vintage and have this shabby chic style, and this again further enhances the character of the loft. The dining room area itself is framed by a bunch of different lamps that are hanging on top of it, and they again create the coherent visual design of the space. It's really the lamps above us that visually zone this area and turn it into like a secluded space, even though this is a very open concept. Because the space was formerly a warehouse, we have these incredibly high ceilings that just allow for a lot of improvisation and for a lot of fun. And the floor is also still original. We just have this very old rustic floor that is black. It's very versatile. You can do anything with it. You can walk around with your shoes. It's easy to clean. One of my favorite details in this apartment, like in any loft, is the fact that we have 2 arrays of windows from both sides. They just really flood the space with light. As you can see, they just give the open room itself an underlying structure. When we enter the living room area, you can again see that the living room has been turned into its own little space because of the big round carpet that we have below it. The carpet itself has a round shape and it's made from rattan, and it just again brings some natural materiality to the space. You can see that every single seating area over here is completely different. We have a gray sofa, we have a green version of the Lean Rosé Togo chair, and then again we have 2 very industrial looking orange chairs, and they just complement each other very well. And you can see that you don't have to follow strict rules, but you can just really create your own story when creating something. Again, this space has been zoned by having a gigantic oversized chandelier hanging on top of the living room area. The chandelier adds a little element of glam and luxury. Another perk of having really high ceilings is the fact that you can visually accentuate the height that you have with curtains. And here a really cool trick was actually used, because custom curtains with a custom size are actually really expensive. But what's really cool here is that the owners actually just bought regular sized curtains and then just halved them and then just added, like, mix and matched different curtain halves together. And because of this, we just have this gigantic, let me show you. So like here, so basically this is one curtain, and then the second one, they just added some more of another piece of curtain. And because of this, we just have the custom height, we have a custom design, and the curtains just really go very well with the entire bold and fun design of the loft. Another simple element that really just adds a lot of character to your home and that just really makes sure that the place feels like it's very alive is by adding a lot of plants. Whether it's big green plants or flowers or roses or cactuses, plants are a great way to go if you use them mindfully to just really again add life to your design, because they just have these very organic shapes and irregular forms, and this just really breaks up any rigid square space. Before I show you the 2 bedrooms, let me show you our kitchen. So the kitchen itself is also located in the big open space, and it is visually kept in a much more minimalist and industrial style compared to the rest of the apartment. We actually have a Bulthaup base as the kitchen counter. This incredible kitchen has then just been mix and matched with other different elements. So on top, we again have open shelves. You can see that the entire kitchen, as well as the shelves, have been kept very minimalist and very industrial. And it's really the colorful items that make the design pop and that visually integrate into our colorful story. And whenever you're drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, you just have the light coming in from the beautiful big windows. Over here we have a kitchen island that is also made from a big slab of wood. And you just have this very spacious and generous layout, because we do not have a lack of space here. And you can see that even if we have a look at the plates, they perfectly fit into the design story. All of these plates are sourced from different vintage secondhand shops, and you just have all of these different beautiful historic vintage patterns or colors, and it just really elevates and accentuates the design. So this is the first bedroom. This is the primary bedroom, and you can see that we don't have a lot of space, and this is why we don't have a lot of details on the walls, but that they are kept quite minimal. But what really again creates this unique design is the fact that we just have this light and soft color world. The walls aren't white, but they are painted in this very soft sandy beige. And then again we have all of these red, orange and just very warm details. And whenever you want to create a comfortable and warm atmosphere, the way to go is to just use a lot of different sources of fabric. This is the second bedroom. It has much more space than the first one. And you can again see that the walls are kept in the sandy beige to really calm you down and wind you down after a long day. And the color palette here is again kept in these soft blues and reds, and we just have again a very colorful but muted design language. Through simple pops of color such as the red vintage lamp, we again have these sources of warmth and sources of vibrancy that don't overstimulate you when you're trying to go to sleep. This is the bathroom. You can again see that the color world is kept in these very beiges and in a lot of beige, and we have a very tropical flair. There wasn't a lot done to the bathroom, but the overall vibe of this bathroom really is just a very tropical, beachy atmosphere. The walls are painted in a light brown, and we have 3 different round golden mirrors that create a little composition above the sink, and they again are accentuated through 2 sconces on both sides. And again, it's the small elements that create this very tropical flair. For example, the rattan floor mat below me, or the monkey vase, or the vibrant plant. And the star of the show, I believe it looks better at night, is a gigantic modern chandelier that we have hanging above us. And over here we have the proper bathroom with a shower, toilet, and another small sink. Let me know in the comments if you like bold design like these, or if you prefer more minimalist lofts. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.